Todd and John both had discussed the fact that we, for one thing, needed a culinary tool. Todd gave me a little card that had the Mugnaini information on there, and I started my research and realized that they were one of the better products that was made and imported from Italy. The main problem was the location, and nobody really had any ideas. One night it just kind of hit me of what we should do, and that was to build the oven to replicate the design of the winery and the architecture and all the features, from the red shutters to the white windows to the tile, the ivy, so all of it. And it just kind of hit me one night, and I pictured it right in front of this area that is a great location from the kitchen. It's convenient, which is what we want, and an excellent place to have culinary events. Every time I have a project, I already see it in my mind, and I have to put it on paper so other people can see it. When I do a sketch, I kind of do it to scale, but in the field when you get started, things kind of change. Depending on the project, I'll call either a previous contractor that we've used in the past that I'm satisfied with, and once you find subcontractors, the good ones, you use them again because you can count on them, and it's trouble-free. The oven itself, I believe the gentleman said it weighs a little over 3,000 pounds. Well, that's pretty heavy. And then all the concrete that's in there, we chose to use cinder block, and we built up the base, and then you pour 6 inches of concrete above your wood storage area, and then you put 6 inches of sand, and then another 3 inches of concrete on top of that. So you've created a structurally sound surface to place this oven on, and also a heat sink. After they set the oven themselves, we used the Mugnaini people. Actually, they requested, which I thought was great because they made it, and if they install it, then I'm guaranteed to have no problems. And after that was done, some time of curing for the slab that it actually rested on. We continue the walls up around the oven itself after it's set, and then at that point I had to take a minute and consider the size of the chimney that we needed and of the roof slope itself. I wanted it to mimic the winery best it could, but being so small it was difficult to do that. And I didn't sleep one night because I thought the chimney was too large, but once it was finished off with the texturing, it fell right into place and it looked dynamite. I think it's neat to find true craftsmen that can mimic old world styles and to actually be able to bring them back, and that's, I think, a dying thing these days. Our stucco gentleman, George, that we use, he's done quite a bit of work for me, and he's just perfect. I can't not use him. He dips it into the bucket and actually just kind of knocks it over his arm, and all of a sudden, before you know it, it looks exactly like the outside of the winery, and it's just amazing to me. The key is to buy the oven, a good quality oven, in which case we did here, and I think that's probably the biggest thing. Everything else is really just construction, and it's simple. You can enclose it in wood. People put them inside now, so there's oftentimes when you're remodeling your kitchen, you want a wood oven, you put it inside. And it can look so elegant, and you can do it for a reasonable price. This is a great tool, and there's a lot to do with it. And I'm getting hungry.